You are now tuned in to a brand new episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. For today, does Dillon Gabriel think that his time is coming to an end in Cleveland? He said some interesting things after yesterday's loss to the New York Jets, 27-20. Won't believe what he said. But we're going to talk about it all here right after this. Well, guys, man, I'm here to tell you, after yesterday's loss to the New York Jets by the Cleveland Browns, 27-20, Cleveland's quarterback, Dillon Gabriel, said some interesting things at the postgame press conference. Did he insinuate that his time is almost up in Cleveland? Now, we all know that yesterday was another disappointing loss for the Cleveland Browns. They lost in every facet of the game. They lost on special teams, had a lot of penalties that, really bit them in the butt. And the last penalty, the neutral zone infraction, the holding that gave the New York Jets an opportunity to go into the kneel mode to win the game, that really hurt Cleveland. And to lose to a team that the opposing quarterback only passed for 54 yards, only completed 6 passes, and one of the passes was a screen pass to Breece Hall for 42 yards. So if you take away that play, their quarterback only had a net rating of 12 yards, and you lose to a team that was 1-7 coming in, and you was favored to win that game because the previous week the New York Jets traded away 2 of their main pieces on defense, and a lot of people thought that it would be a cakewalk for the Cleveland Browns. Now, we all know Dillon Gabriel has struggled over his first 4 games of his NFL career. And yesterday it was no difference. Even though he had 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown to Jerry Jeudy, 1 touchdown to David Njoku. But overall, Dillon Gabriel still looked like Dillon Gabriel. A lot of missed throws, a lot of errant passes, and a lot of decisions that you're just sitting back thinking and scratching your head. Why did he make that throw? Where is he throwing the ball? There was times that, he was throwing the ball in the dirt. It was times that he rolled out left to throw back right and threw the ball over the receiver's head into the first row. And the receiver was like, man, even Dillon Gabriel had to put his head down and be like, man, what am I doing? Dillon Gabriel knows he has to be better. And Dillon Gabriel has probably evaluated his performances over these 5-game stretch that he's been the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. So yesterday, after the game, the loss to the New York Jets, 27-20, Dillon Gabriel took to the podium to answer some questions. Guys, you won't believe what Dillon Gabriel had to say, and it sounds like Dillon Gabriel is down on himself. It sounds like Dillon Gabriel knows that the writing is on the wall. Does Dillon Gabriel know some things that we don't know and we're trying to get answers to? But based on the way he answered these questions in his post-game press conference, it makes me believe that Dillon Gabriel knows that it's time for a change, and change is coming. And he insinuated that. But before we get off into what Dillon Gabriel had to say, we've partnered up with Underdog Fantasy, and this is a word from our sponsor. Underdog Fantasy is the best way to play fantasy sports. Let me tell you about the easiest way to get in on some WNBA and NBA action. Find your player, pick higher or lower, win you some extra cash. Pick between 2 to 5 players to fill out your pick'em entry, get every pick right, and win some serious cash. Use my promo code SBD23 and receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Now that it's football time, follow Simply Ball Dropping as I share my picks. Like I said, pick your player, choose your amount, win money. Make picks, win cash. Thank you, Underdog Fantasy, for the partnership with us, and thank you for using promo code SBD23 on Underdog Fantasy. Well, guys, with that being said, man, let's take a listen to what Dillon Gabriel had to say after yesterday's demoralizing loss to the New York Jets, 27-20. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
After the game, that he's sticking with you going forward. Not that he shouldn't. It's just that at 2-7, sometimes things change.
Yep.
But he's sticking with you. How do you feel about the opportunity to build on, what you did today and move forward?
Yeah, when things aren't going well, there's always going to be change. That's part of it, because if you keep doing the same thing and don't change anything, then it's insanity. But just I feel like at times there's things that went well and we sustained and executed, and then in certain moments we didn't execute, and that starts with me. But yeah, it's always frustrating when it's not going the way you want it to, and you put in the work and time. But in crucial moments, you got to have it and execute, and we didn't.
Still in the 4th and 1 with about 10 minutes left. It looks like the guy came right off the edge. Where did you want to go with that one, and what did you end up seeing?
Yeah, I'm hot, and we're in our 5-man pro, and got to create something there. And I was in between, knowing that it was 4th and 1, getting outside or getting vertical, and there was a chance that I could have and slipped through, but didn't. But that's why I stayed on that side when I was hot.
What about getting sacked in the game 6 times? What could you have done differently to avoid some of that, or what was going on there? Basically?
Yeah, I don't want to take those. Want to be able to dish it and find a safe place to dish it. But in those moments too, can't take sacks.
Dillon, it seemed like Tommy drew up some stuff for you, sort of like getting out of the pocket, rolling out a little bit. Just what do you think for you? Like, is that something that you think is part of your game where you can sort of thrive? Like, what do you see on those plays that you think makes them effective plays for you?
I think for anyone, it's versatility, and you want to have that. You want to move launch points. You want to keep the defense off balance. It helps the run. It helps the O-line. Helps me. It helps everyone involved. And I think the more versatile you are, it helps. But, I think that in general helped us throughout the day.
Well, guys, you heard what Dillon Gabriel had to say, man. And Dillon Gabriel sounds like a really detracted young man. Like, he feels that he could be playing better. And he knows if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and you don't progress, that change is coming. Basically, to me personally, he insinuated that. He's taking accountability for his play, but he knows that change is going to come when you continuously do the same thing over and over again. Now we've seen, him running the offense with Kevin Stefanski calling plays. Tommy Reese called the plays yesterday, and it seemed like the offense looked no different. Yeah, they took a shot down the field on one play to Jerry Jeudy for the touchdown, but other than that, everything looked basically the same. I mean, even though you're got a new play caller, that don't take away the fact that you're missing throws. You're taking sacks. You contributed to this offense, the lackluster that we're seeing from the offense. But it seems like he's taking accountability. But he also said, change, evidently change is going to come. Is Dillon Gabriel insinuating some things that we don't know and we want answers to? Is it a possibility that Shedeur Sanders might get the start against Baltimore? Now, there's a lot of pressure on Dillon Gabriel to perform, and I think he hears the noise, and I think he feels the pressure. And sometimes pressure can bust pipes, and I think in this situation, it's not making diamonds, it's busting pipes. And Dillon Gabriel, can he live up to the pressure? It's a lot of noise out there. He feels the heat of Shedeur Sanders because it's been talked about every day. The pressure's on this young kid to perform and to deliver, and he's not delivering at this particular time. So does Dillon Gabriel think his time is coming to an end in Cleveland? Even though Kevin Stefanski said that Dillon Gabriel is going to be the starting quarterback moving forward, do you think leading up to this Baltimore game, after, like Kevin Stefanski said, reevaluating film to see where you can get better, is it a chance that, Shedeur Sanders' time is coming? I think Dillon Gabriel feels that, and he feels the pressure and he feels the heat. But will Kevin Stefanski make the switch? I see everybody in the comments section, #salute. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball Dropping drops another hot banger. Oh yeah, just in case I forgot. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. Catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.